Welcome back, humor consumers, to the Life Happens, Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm comedian Tracy DeGraff.
And I'm Cathrine, co-host and bestie.
Welcome back to the Pod Lab, co-host and bestie Cathrine.
Thank you.
And it's a beautiful cold day today. I hope everybody's staying warm. It's like 25 degrees below zero with the wind chill. That's cold.
It's very cold, but as you said, it's beautiful because it's sunny and the snow is pretty.
It's deceiving.
Yeah.
Do you know, did I tell you, I think I told you, my zipper on my coat broke yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've had this coat. I'm sorry, I'm already going off track. I have this winter coat that I bought so many years ago. I don't even remember now how many years ago, but it has a little frayed edge where the zipper, because it's right where my hips are, where it comes together. So anyway, I mentioned it out loud to our friend Kim, whom I work with at the church. I said, oh no, my zipper, it's on its last leg. And when it goes, that's the end of this coat.
Yeah.
So yesterday we're leaving church. It's freezing outside and we're going to go to breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we're going to go eat. Yay. So I go to hop in the car.
Yeah.
And the zipper was together. And when I did the little boom into the car, it just went pop.
Scoot.
Oh,
Scoot and pop.
And then the zipper starts to undo from the bottom.
Yes, when it does that split.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then I was trapped in it for a moment.
I wouldn't know, actually.
My claustrophobia kicked in because now I'm like, how do I get out of this jacket?
Oh, really?
Well, because the zipper, it was coming from the bottom
I get
up,
it. Yeah.
but it was also from the top down. So I felt like I was trapped.
Oh.
And Ron goes, just go like this.
Yeah.
Like Superman.
Like Hercules.
Yeah. And I did, and then the whole thing popped off.
Oh, good.
So now my coat, it's still in the back seat of my car.
Yeah. Well,
there it is.
And now would be a good time to get a new one because they're all on clearance.
True.
Which is funny because it is very, very cold out. But in retail, they want to get rid of those and get the spring stuff in.
out.
Yeah.
Well, c'est la vie, whatever. All right, well, let's move on. We are on episode number 253. The benefits of journaling is actually what we're going to be talking about today, friends. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and I'm crossing my fingers that we haven't done this already. But if we don't remember,
you don't remember. Jinx. All right, for sure. If somebody's tuning in for the first time, Cathrine, would you give them a heads up of how they can support our podcast?
You can go to Life Happens, Laugh Anyway podcast.com and then follow the prompts, and then you can give whatever you're led to give. And that helps us with, just we pay for a platform.
Yep.
That's every month, and we also had equipment expenses and things like that. And we do need some.
We need help.
I was just going to say we need some help. So that helps support us, and we thank our generous givers, our humor contributors, for supporting us. We truly appreciate it. Thank you to each and every one of you.
Yes, we do appreciate it. And basically, or generally, people give $5 a month. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like a podcast norm, I would say. Some podcasts are like $1 a month or whatever. So,
they're not as good as us, though.
Well, they're actually better. They're actually more popular.
I don't know. I have no idea.
And I don't know if you've noticed, friends, but we no longer have the music that we used to have at the beginning and at the end. And that's because we had to switch computers and the music is lost and I don't know how to find it. And we need Olivia. Our tech gal is on maternity leave and she had her baby. And I'm hoping to get her back in the spring, but we'll... Yeah. Anyway.
Or we could ask Emily. She's the one that got it on my computer.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
I mean, I love
help.
Olivia, but Emily's free.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Emily, who is Catherine's daughter, and she usually does tune in to our podcast. If you can hear my voice right now, we need you.
Yes, Emily.
We need your help, and maybe she could help us remotely since she doesn't live in our area right now, but we'll see. Anyway, That's why there's no music. Hopefully we're going to bring it back or whatever. I don't know what we're going to do.
I like it. I'd like to have it if we can.
I like the little whistling. It sounds pro and everything, and it fades in and
cheery.
fades out. It does. Sometimes we need to be cheered up.
You need to kind of slide into hearing us.
True that.
Slide out.
Right.
It's our hello and our goodbye.
It is. All right. Well, let's dive into this episode, Cathrine. The benefits of journaling. Mm-hmm. If people hang in there with us, usually our podcasts are between 30 minutes.
I love how you say if.
Well, that's a big question mark. Do you know how many people already have tuned out? Anyway, doesn't matter. But if you do stay with us, typically for a half hour to 45 minutes is about the length of our podcasts, we are going to cover these couple takeaways, okay? We're going to talk about why journal, okay? And what are the benefits of journaling, because there are benefits to it. Catherine's going to talk about her personal reasons and her experience. I'm going to talk about mine. And then Cathrine has a list of proven benefits of journaling, like science, sciencey people have come up with this.
That's right.
They did some studies and such. We're going to talk briefly about the morning pages, which was created by Julia Cameron. Some of you may have heard of her. She is the author of Artist's Way. And we both took that class, the Artist's Way class that was offered in our area. It was a good class. It was good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to talk about how prayer journaling works.
Yeah.
And how that can help. We have scripture to share with you and a call to action at the end. So, Cathrine, what say you about journaling?
Well, the reason why I do it is because I wrote it down, so I'm just going to read it.
Yeah.
It's moving my thoughts from my mind to paper is therapeutic in processing my thoughts and my emotions.
Yeah.
It's almost vital. And also, it's just a comforting thing. It's a habit that I've had for more than 20 years.
Yeah.
So it just feels like comfort to me.
Yeah.
So that's why I do it. And then, of course, we'll list the benefits. But how about you? Why do you do it? What's the real reason?
Honestly, I was thinking about that. And when I was a young girl, so I'm 60 years old. So this is 2026. I just turned 60. So back in the 70s, okay, I remember getting one of those little journals with
Yeah, I
the
had
little,
one too.
it had the little lock on it.
Yeah, diary.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
And I could barely write, I mean, I was just a little kid, and I remember writing in there, and it was like my secret thoughts.
Yeah, right.
And like you could hide it somewhere, and it was like a little treasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I journaled when I was a kid, and then in high school and in college, I journaled. And when I became a mother, I journaled.
Yeah.
And I was actually a journalist. Like I studied journalism in college, and I did newspaper writing, and
you just like to write.
I wrote a book. Yes. So writing, and really my book, Laugh Anyway Mom, is the name of my book. It's available on Amazon, by the way, in case.
Quick plug.
Shameless self-promotion. But my book was born out of my journaling because I would journal my experiences. I'm a mother of 5 grown men now, but when they were little boys, I'm going to tell you what, it was hard. Like daily life was chaotic, just keeping up with meals and laundry and backpacks and to-dos and all of that. It was chaotic, and journaling helped me to just escape from that and just stop for a minute.
Yeah.
And sort of sort through my thoughts and everything. And I would just write down dumb things that they would do.
Yeah.
And I wasn't laughing at the time.
Right.
But later, after, like we got new carpeting and we fixed the van and, then we repaired the pool and all the things, then it was funny.
Yeah.
And that became my funny book, which became my funny show. And so journaling, I think, really can help you to process in the moment and then get perspective after the healing has happened.
True.
Or whatever.
It's cathartic.
It is cathartic.
Yeah. And it is true, too. When you, at a young age, had kept a diary.
Yes.
And it just becomes, when you're older, it's almost like something you need to do, but you don't necessarily realize it,
Yeah, I do think that it's healthy. Like you had mentioned emotions, and we just had a sermon on emotions.
We sure
on
did.
Sunday, which was very good, because our emotions they can be used for good. They can also be used for bad.
Yeah.
And so we can't trust our emotions. And the example that the sermon, the message was given by one of our elders at our church because our pastor was gone. But the example that he gave was, don't allow your emotions to be like the tail wagging the dog.
Right.
Don't let your emotions lead. They need to be a caboose. I don't think you said the word caboose, but I've heard that analogy also used, or metaphor, like a train. Lead with, don't
Logic.
let the caboose lead the train.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's
right.
dangerous.
It's definitely a God-given indicator.
Yeah.
You know, it's there for a reason. The emotions and this particular one, I don't know if you just said it, was on anger, the emotion anger.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is there for a reason. But we gotta, stop, drop, and roll. That, literally do that.
Right.
Stop. Drop down.
Like that little
get in the truth.
emoji of the angry face guy.
Uh-huh.
And it's
Right.
all red and on fire.
Yeah.
And then what's that film? There was a film about emotions.
Oh,
and each
yeah.
one, Emily would know the name of this
Yeah, I
because she's
forgot it.
into film.
It's good, though.
Each emotion was a character
Yeah.
in the film.
Mhm.
I almost want to watch that film again.
Yeah, right. It was cute.
All right, somebody's in their
Listening.
bathroom listening, trying
Going-
to shout the name of
the
it
name
to
of
us.
it,
And we
yes.
can't hear you. All right, so that's basically my experience with journaling. Was it comes from when I was a kid, and I did find it beneficial, and even to this day, I still journal. I was journaling this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we'll list the benefits, the scientific proven
Yes.
benefits. First of all, it reduces stress. You had mentioned how when you were raising the boys, it was chaotic. That equals stress.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So, and an overabundance of that stress can be, just daunting,
Yeah.
physically, mentally, emotionally
Yeah.
to your health. And it says here, it's proven. Journaling is an incredible stress management tool, a good for you habit that lessens impact of physical stressors on your health. In fact, a study showed that expressive writing, like journaling, for only 15 to 20 minutes a day, 3 to 5 times over the course of a 4-month period, was good enough to lower blood pressure and improve liver functionality.
Well, that's
That's pretty
interesting.
specific, don't you think?
Right.
Yeah. So it says, plus, writing about stressful experiences can help you manage them in a healthy way.
One thing that I have found about them as well, I alluded to it earlier in my comments, but I'll just, emphasize it here. When I look back over the course of the 60 years of my life, and I do have journals from 20, 30 years ago, and I look back over them, I can see the growth.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can
Yeah.
also see, well, that situation worked out. And,
Yeah.
I've healed from that. And I made a mistake here, but God redeemed it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it gives me hope that by looking backward, I don't know if this makes sense, but by looking backward at where God met me in the moment and brought healing, it gives me hope for the future.
Exactly.
Oh.
I was going to say that later for the.
Well, say it
but
now.
Well, just in regards to having a prayer journal,
Yeah.
that it helps to look back and see, oh, I remember that situation and it was awful, but I could see how God brought me through it.
Yeah.
And how certain things were answered and certain things weren't, but good thing they weren't. And instead this other thing happened.
Yeah.
And that was a good thing. So things, yeah, definitely.
Real quick, this is off topic because it's not about journaling, but it kind of is. At our church, we've been encouraging people to bring their physical Bible to church. We're now, years ago, before we had the Bible on our phones, and before we even had phones, which I know that for young adults, it's hard for them to imagine that life could exist without every single person being attached to a phone.
Yeah.
But it was pretty simple back then.
Yeah.
But we used to bring our physical Bible to church. And now in 2026, we're just encouraging our congregation, bring your physical Bible to church. And so I'm in charge of, that's one of the things I do at the church is like the social media pages. And so I've been trying to snap pictures of people, catching them bringing their Bible to church. And I saw little Junie Tepper came in with her little
Aw.
Bible. She's just like, I don't know, 3.
Oh.
This blonde-haired, adorable little girl, and her Bible is as big as her whole chest. It's like
Yeah.
a full-grown Bible
Aw.
and she was holding it like it was her precious little baby.
So sweet.
Anyway, what I'm getting at is when I opened my Bible at church on Sunday and looked up the scripture, I could see from a couple different decades, because I will notate something and put the date in there. I saw something in there from 1998. I saw something in there from 2007. What I'm pointing to here is that when we journal, even if it's in our Bible, right? This happened, that happened. We're able to go back because our brains, we can't remember like AI. Like AI doesn't forget a darn thing. But we forget. We can't remember what we had for breakfast. We can't remember how this went, how that went. Words just leave.
Yeah.
So your Bible can become even kind of like a little journal.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, there's things I didn't think to date things back, back whenever. But I do have, it's neat to see what I wrote in there, in terms of whatever the circumstance was or whatever I learned, I would jot down in it. So, yeah. Okay, well, the next thing, it improves immune function. So it says, believe it or not, expressive writing can strengthen your immunity and decrease your risk of illness. Hello.
I love that. It's like vitamin C.
Yeah. Those who journal boast improved immune system functioning because it literally strengthens immune cells.
I wonder how it does that.
I don't know. But as well as lessened symptoms of asthma and rheumatoid arthritis. Yeah. And it again says even liver and lung function, and it can combat certain diseases. It's even been reported to help the wounded heal faster. So, yes. The next is it keeps memory sharp. Journaling helps keep your brain in tip-top shape. Not only does it boost memory and comprehension, it also increases working memory capacity, which may reflect improved cognitive processing. So that's another good thing.
There's a connection between the brain, like you had described it as you wanted to get your thoughts from here and, process them and get them out. And also with the artist way, which, maybe we're going to talk about that a little bit more, but there is a difference between journaling with written word, like written with a pen, and written with the clickety-clack of the keys of the computer.
Yeah, there is. I actually read question and answer thing about, it was morning pages in particular, and the question was, is it okay to type? And the answer was technically yes, but you're not getting all the benefits of handwriting. And then it went to explain why and how that works better.
Yeah.
So, also it boosts your mood. You want more sunshine in your life? Try journaling. A unique social and behavior outcome of journaling is this. It can improve your mood and give you a greater sense of overall emotional well-being and happiness.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
A simple tool. It's free, basically. You just need a pen and paper. I love it.
Yeah. And lastly, it strengthens emotional functions. And it's kind of a long read, so I'm only going to say the highlights.
Yeah.
Benefits are long-term, helps the brain regulate the emotions. You have a greater sense of confidence and self-identity. Research even shows that expressive writing can help individuals develop more structured, adaptive, and integrated schemes about themselves, others, and the world. Also, journaling unlocks and engages right brain creativity.
That's the artist way all the way. Like that's a lot of why they recommend that artists do it or anybody does it is to unlock creativity.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that all sounds very positive. The other thing that's fun about journals is the journal itself.
Yes. So, you mean how it could be pretty or fun or I've Mod Podged some of mine.
See?
I've done really fun things with them. Yeah.
So when we got back, some of our listeners know that we went on a cruise with our husbands and our other friends and celebrating 60th birthdays and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, when we returned, there was on my desk at the church from our friend Kim, a journal.
Oh.
And it opens like this way, instead of the spine of the journal being on
like
the
a
left
book?
side.
It opens like a
steno pad.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah, I
like
sure
from
do.
high
Yeah, I
school
just
and
threw
that?
one out the other day.
And I was so excited about it. She found it at Walmart. So if anybody's looking for a new journal and you're over at Walmart, like check it out.
Nice.
So it opens like a steno pad, and so you can flip the pages up. And that's what I've been using for my Genesis Bible study that I'm doing.
Nice.
I know.
Oh.
And
Awesome.
it was so funny because I had told her I was just thinking I want to start this new study in Genesis, but I didn't want to do it on my old journal because in my old journal I was in a different book of the Bible. I'm like, I need a new one.
Aw,
And there it appeared.
that's nice.
Very
She's
nice.
thoughtful like that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else on the proven benefits of journaling?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So to our point of that we were going to talk about the morning pages. I mean, did you want to say anything else about that?
Well,
Like you took the class, it was so long ago,
Yeah.
but what do you want to tell our audience about the morning pages?
Well, there's a little bit of a difference between journaling and morning pages. Journaling is, your full thoughts and maybe even you're writing down a circumstance or whatever. Whereas morning pages, they are literally supposed to be done in the morning within 45 minutes of when you wake up, because that's when your brain isn't thinking analytically yet. It's not thinking totally logically. And the benefit and the reason for the morning pages is just to do a brain dump.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to make sense. It could be extremely random, like, I don't know why I left my shoes on the porch, and then it could jump from that to, I don't know what I'm going to cook today. It's just a brain dump. And there's a lot of benefits for that. In fact, the creator of that, Julia Cameron, who wrote The Artist's Way, I remember in her book that she had said that she had named very successful people, lawyers, and all kinds of people who are not artists who benefit from this habit of doing the morning pages. It's like a refreshing stream of water, and it literally is like it quenches a thirst that you might have. And so, again, it's not exactly the same as journaling, but there are benefits to this kind of a brain dump.
One of the things that I'm remembering from Julia Cameron in the morning pages was kind of helping you to get unstuck.
Yes.
If you feel like you're sort of like emotionally constipated, like some people get, just sort of like it's all bottled up in there.
Right.
Well, rather than doing something that could be unhealthy, like letting the tail wag the dog and maybe, creating something unhealthy in your life.
Yes.
Get to a point where you're journaling and you can dump it on these pages and things will appear.
That's exactly right. That is the purpose of it mainly, is to get unstuck. Just let your brain dump out onto the pages, and handwriting it out it's kind of key. And like I said, doing it in the morning, not at night, not at any other time of the day. And there is like a mental clarity. There is it does open doors for creativity. And one might think, well, I'm an accountant. I don't need creativity. You actually do. I can't list all the benefits because I don't remember them all, but it does unlock.
It unlocks. Okay, when you think of creativity, sometimes people think of creativity in the arts. Okay, however, every problem that we have needs a created solution.
Right.
Every single problem needs an idea.
Right.
To help that problem, to solve that problem. And I'm not just talking math problems because to math. Got calculators for that.
Yeah.
But we need to sometimes get outside of ourselves, and just try to, and I think that our human beings, like our created beings, we're created by God Almighty, the creator.
Yeah.
And we are the created. We're always looking to solve problems. We're always looking to make things better, make things easier, make things, more pleasant, less unpleasant.
Right. That's very true. It also helps kind of, that sensor we have in our head, like you're not good enough.
The self-talk. I hate that.
Yeah.
Shut up, Tracy.
It helps really kind of put that to rest as well.
Yeah. Which would be a healthy thing to do. And the Bible talks about our heart, as not being able to be trusted, that we cannot trust the human heart.
Yeah.
And so doing these things, trying to monitor and regulate our emotions and our responses to things and our responses to emotions and how we feel and what we think. Anything that we can do in the positive of that to help regulate, monitor it, make sure that it's kind of tempered.
Yeah.
Is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
Also, I'll say this about the morning pages.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long. You're not supposed to read it until about, I think it's 8 weeks later. And even then, Julia Cameron says that she doesn't prefer to read them, but look, and they're only for you to read. That's
Right.
it. Nobody
Right.
else.
You might want to burn them after. Just
Yeah.
saying.
And then kind of just take a look at what is something that pops up constantly. What is it? And you'll see it in
you
your
will.
brain dump.
You'll see patterns.
What exactly is occupying my mind, and you can identify it better that way. So that's the purpose of it. And then after that, get rid of it.
Yep.
I have to say, I recently reread journals from a long time ago, and some of it was morning pages, and I was like, oh my God, why did I keep this? I got to rip this page out. That's for sure.
I've done that too. And
Yep.
I want to share this with our audience. My parents are both passed away, and my mom died when I was only 27 years old. So I was a young mom myself. When she passed, she was only 51. And then for decades, we just never found this little book. It was it was her journal.
Yes.
And she was journaling as a new mother. She had just had my brother. My brother and my sister and I are all within 2 years of each other.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. Like my brother was born in December of 1963. My sister was born the following November. I was born the following December. I'm like, wow.
Poor mom.
You people can't keep your hands off each other. So anyway.
Just for 2 years.
I know. But then, so my mother was journaling as a young mom in the 60s. Okay. And we found this journal. My sister found it actually up in the attic of my dad's garage after he passed away 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And we had seen the book before, but we had lost track of it. Okay. So anyway, she found it and she had copies made. So now I have a copy of it. She has the original. I have a copy of it. And I think she gave a copy to my brother. Well, it was just so fun and funny to read it.
Yeah.
And she was constantly saying, when will Tracy stop crying? Tracy's
Never.
crying. Tracy's still crying. I'm like, oh, poor mom.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to think about what was going on around her in the world. And she did mention some of the noted historical
Headlines.
things. Yeah. Like Martin Luther King was shot and assassinated. John F. Kennedy, his brother Robert Kennedy. Yeah. And my mom was a young mom then, and she wrote something like, what is this world coming to, and how am I going to raise these kids in this world? So I just say that to say this to anybody out there that's raising kids or thinking about having kids. The world has always been messed up, and it always will be. It'll just be different names filling in the headlines, okay? Yep. Because we live in a broken system.
Right.
And it's not going to be fully restored until Jesus comes back and fully restores it. In the meantime, though, we can count on the blood of Christ, I mean, we can turn to and count on the gospel of Jesus Christ. The good news is, yes, we live in a broken world, but Jesus died for our sin. We're still going to be sinners, but, we don't have to bear the weight of our sin.
Well, right. And there's hope.
There's
hope
a lot of hope.
Eternal life and perfection will come when he comes back.
Yeah, and that's what's going to bring us peace, right? Is the hope of Jesus and the peace that he brings. He is the Prince of Peace. So let's turn to him. All right. Okay. Anything else that you wanted to share about journaling?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, let's share some scriptures from Proverbs chapter 20, verse 5. It says this: the purpose of a person's heart are deep waters, but one who has insight draws them out. So that's one to contemplate. And then Psalm 102, verse 18. Let this be written for a future generation, that a people not yet created may praise the Lord. So let that sink in. And our call to action today, I think that I would encourage people listening to go ahead and create a journal. Start journaling for your own sake. I actually bought a journal for my daughter-in-law who's, her birthday is today, by the way. Happy birthday, Valerie. And she is pregnant with our first grandchild, a little boy. I bought her this journal for Christmas that is a 5-year journal where you write for 5 years, like one sentence on each day.
Really?
So that like on the 1st of January for 5 years, you're going to see like what you notated. Have you ever heard of those?
No.
Well, they have them at Target and Walmart and Amazon. I've seen them, and I've always kind of wished that I had done that, you know, to kind of be able to go back and look at what for the last 5 years on this day was I thinking about.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
pretty neat.
Yeah. So that's my encouragement to everybody is just to, in some manner or form, start to do some journaling and see where the Lord leads you.
Awesome.
All right. Well, you've been listening to the Life Happens, Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm still comedian Tracy DeGraff.
I'm still Catherine.
I'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.